Welcome back, ladies and gents. This is part 2 on a very special day. The Canadian Army arrived and took over King's Life Guard duties here at Horse Guards. He is a Canadian Army photographer, and this is the first changeover of the boxman. The two Lord Strathcona guards who are currently in the boxes will shortly, hopefully, dismount. But this will be the first two replacement boxmen of this particular stay in London for the Canadian Army, folks. So any moment they should be out. You can hear the bell, and there's the command. Again, just to repeat, they are using household cavalry mounted regiment horses because, of course, they didn't bring their own horses. Horse number 1 that we filmed, I'm reasonably certain, look at this, was a mare named Joanne. These two haven't looked yet. I'll leave it to you guys to try and ID these two horses. They could be either Blues and Royals or Lifeguard horses. Now, curiously, and I surmise it was likely because they were carrying, I'm not sure whether they're pikes or staffs, there was no dismount. The second group that arrived in the yard this morning, it was a long guard this morning, the second group did not dismount. They went straight into the stables. So hopefully this will be, any moment, the first actual dismount we're going to capture when the first two boxmen who are just finishing up. Oh, this horse is having a bit of a meltdown, doesn't want to go in the box. Again, HCAV horse, we know they're spoiled, we know they do what they want, and I guarantee the flipping Tories don't run out of the way, even if the horse has a meltdown. No dismount, folks, they're going straight in. Oh, actually, wait. Okay. Yep, they're going straight in. So, okay, so, again, I'm not sure if this is the case that we're going to get no dismount. I will actually make a point of asking in a moment. Or whether or not, for some reason, they haven't decided to dismount this morning. We've got some bigwigs here from HCAV. Some very big wigs, actually. I believe he's the Lieutenant Colonel. Horse is having a meltdown at the front. A horse that just didn't want to go in the box came straight out of the box, right in front of the bigwigs. It's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? Okay, Blues and Royals. I've still got a presence here on the ground. Yeah, a lot of bigwigs here this morning, folks. Horse is coming back in. I think they're going to take him round again for another try. I'm not going to move from this white line yet. This horse does not want to go in the box at all. Look, proper meltdown. In fact, I think they're going to have a couple of Blues and Royals trying to help out. Oh, now the Blues and Royals Corporal of Horse is also on his way out. I think Corporal of Horse or Lance Corporal of Horse. I mean, hey, what a surprise. It's a household cavalry horse. Of course it doesn't want to get in the box. The haunted box, as I often refer to it. Okay, so this is the second attempt. Bigwigs are off. Probably a lunch somewhere, I would surmise, with their Canadian colleagues, and very much deserved. I'll see if I can ask one of the Canadians exactly why there's no dismount, or whether or not there won't be any dismounts, full stop. For the moment, I'm not going to move because that horse might well come out of the box yet again, although it seems that he's settled. I'm not sure that the Canadian photographer would be best to ask, in all honesty, so I think... Oh, the police are telling everybody to stop because the horse is coming out again. Yep, he's really unsettled, this one. I think they're going to bring him around again, possibly swap him over already. Let's have a look. Didn't last long, did it? Somewhat reluctant to go to the front, simply because of the fact that I think they're going to bring the horse around and try again, or take the horse off if he doesn't want to settle. He's off. Yep, they've decided to swap him over. A little bit of laughing from the soldier here, a bit of a smile. Good to see. No harm done. for whatever reason, that horse, beautiful horse as it is, and I can't tell you which one it is, guys, wouldn't surprise me if it's QTM, did not want to settle. And he's off. Didn't last long, did it? That's probably a new world record as well for shortest time a Canadian mounted Sentry was ever in a box here in London. Gosh. That really didn't take... Right, folks, let's get ourselves out of the front. So this is the only horse that's on for the moment, for obvious reasons. Now, we've at least got a good view, in fact. I'm not going to get right in front because I'd like, ideally, to be able to rush in and capture the other horse as it comes out, the replacement one that is, and takes up his spot in the box. Lovely tash with sort of twisted ends. This particular gent has got. Looks like a sort of, you know, a lancer from the 19th century. It's magnificent, absolutely magnificent. Kind of a pity, actually, folks, that the horse didn't want to settle. Now, I'm hoping it won't be terribly long time before they decide to bring out the second one. I mean, it's all going to depend on how quickly they can saddle one up and have him out. I'm thinking, actually, the gent who we've suggested might be Canadian Navy, but is actually Canadian Army, is probably an attaché, a liaison officer between the British and Canadian armies. Now, interesting enough, it's not something I remember seeing any time recently. We've got a police officer who's actually standing guard to make sure that what was a massive swell of tourists a few minutes ago, there were huge numbers here, don't go into the box. I honestly don't remember seeing that. Not saying it didn't happen before, but it's not something I'm able to remember seeing any time recently. So nobody's going to be taking the shortcut through the box, I can tell you that. The new horse could be out in 2 minutes, he could be out in 15 minutes, so I'm thinking, somewhat annoying as it is, yeah, I don't think he's coming straight out again. It's going to be better to get ourselves out to the front and hope, crazy as that might sound, it doesn't actually get mad packed here between now and when they do bring the new horse out. I'm reluctant to get myself super into the squish simply because of the fact that if I do, making a quick escape to capture the new horse is not going to be easy. No, there we are. She has a foot in the box. Decent-ish spot here. I don't want to go forward anymore. We're going to get people walking right in front if we do. I think the most important aspect was not only to capture the ceremonial arrival and so on, but it was to capture those first couple of get out of the boxes. What a surprise that the first person ever to be told by the Canadians to move was a Chinese tourist. That's in part 1, folks. This is part 2. And you'll likely be watching this on Saturday afternoon, I would think. Now, I can keep an eye on the stables just over to the right to hopefully get that new horse emerging at some point soon. At least that's the ideal. I don't think we're going to see many people making a mistake today because I wouldn't say that everybody's exhausted, but there's definitely a certain lethargy. It's perceptible because it's so hot. People are just kind of taking it easy, and me included, as far as possible. But very interesting earlier in part 1, as I think you probably heard, folks, the tour guide, regular tour guide, welcoming the soldiers back from Norfolk. In other words, because the uniform is so incredibly similar to that of the lifeguards, and they're on Blues and lifeguard horses, it's easy to get this Lord Strathcona's regiment confused with the lifeguard regiment. A lot of similarities.
Like
This particular guard, or you just mean like the Canadians generally?
this one. Because I only saw 2 guards.
To be
The other
honest,
one is very polite. This one is
very polite.
this one is polite.
Plus, I like the kind of the rounded tash. Very historical looking, no?
More I like legal things.
Wait, so people have gone in the box?
He gave it nearly by this.
Okay, interesting. I mean, let's see what the other one's going to be like. The
I
other
told
one.
them break us, so when I come back, they saw the horse is dancing.
I mean, I was in the yard. I think that horse literally lasted about 30 seconds, something like that, and then boom, it was gone. So I don't really think we missed much. I think they took the horse back around once, and then he left again. And they took him off.
I like friendly content.
Family friendly, like pure moments. Yep.
That's why I like it.
Right, I'm pretty sure, having just seen the Corporal of Horse march out, the new horse is imminent.
You know his look. His suit to royal.
Oh, 100%.
This is why it looks very dashing.
To be honest, some of the lifeguards looked very similar to this when we first started filming, like what, 3 odd years ago?
Yeah.
That only a couple have. Where is she going?
Oh, he does it.
Okay, so he did tell her to move.
Really.
That was interesting. Okay, folks, I left the crowd immediately to get to the other end because the new horse is coming to the box. Doesn't mean, obviously, that the new horse will stay in the box, but we can hope. The Corporal of Horse seems pretty chipper, as do the police. I'm sure one of you's going to recognise the new horse. We'll see. I will, folks, if you find a Canadian NCO, ask about the dismount. Definitely seem to have slightly more issues with the plumes, in all honesty, this regiment. I don't know if it's made of a different material. It doesn't seem to be, I don't know, it's heavy. It doesn't seem to hang in the same way that the H-curve plumes hang. In other words, it seems a bit more kind of fluffy, and it sort of bunches up very quickly. I mean, this brew is edging himself closer, slowly. Okay, start closing the horses in the boxes, which is surprising given the heat. Interesting, before we had a tash man and a non-tash man, and now we've got exactly the same, except the tash man's at the other end this time. So I'm assuming that some of the regiment obviously are happy. Oh no, she's running right next to the horse. Yikes. I always hold my breath, folks. I'm making a comment when that happens because it's a bit like, oh, hard to know what to say, especially with the parents standing right next to me. Okay, she's got a nice little tiara. Look at this. I didn't realise that you Canadians had your own queen. It's Queen Catherine of Canada. That's interesting. At least she addressed him as sir. Didn't hear the question, but he said no, whatever it was. And I think she said, is there room on the back for one more? Uh-oh. meltdowns here among the tourists there. Excuse me, somebody's walking for a picture. Oopsie doopsie. Interesting, we've got double the usual police presence as well today. Yeah, bro, just make as much noise as you can. This is like a garden in the Royal Parks, although I doubt it actually, they'd have their own equipment. The NCOs and other people, like liaison officers and so on, that were here earlier, have all vanished. There's not a single person here actually now from the Canadian military, except for the two boxmen. Very curious. If I do spot somebody, I will ask. So I'm very keen to know whether or not the absence of a dismount is because it's, you know, first day, or because they're not dismounting because they don't know. I don't mean it in derogatory, know how to do it like HCAV do, or of course they simply don't dismount for whatever, you know, historical regimental reason. I haven't seen a single like Canadian t-shirt, cap, anything at all actually yet today. It's 12:15 and I'm surprised so far that we haven't had more of a deluge at this end this morning. I mean, it's actually a huge positive for these gents. Incidentally as well, I will mention it just in case it happens when I'm not here, or indeed because of the fact it might never happen. There is, that I know of, at least one lady guard that came over with this group of Lord Strathconners, or Strats as they're called. One. I don't know if she's here, I don't know if she'll be on today, I don't know if she'll be on at all. She might simply be part of the group that came over from Canada. But there is, yeah, at least one female guard among those that arrived in Knightsbridge on Wednesday. I think the temperature is probably bobbing around 33, maybe 34 now. In other words, we're slowly climbing toward 100. This particular soldier, again another Iceman, totally chill. However, he has decided to keep the horse back. So he himself, the soldier, is out of the direct sunlight. Smart. Even the horse is going to sleep. Oh, they bowed. I wonder if they're Canadians. His family, see that, folks? They like gave a little bow to the guard. Excuse me. Sorry, the whole family. Extraordinary. Like, I don't know if they're Canadian. I mean, they might be. Wonderful thing either way, to be honest. Yes, notice we've got 4 officers out today. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, I'll tell you what's happened in a minute, folks, because I heard the conversation, and that certainly explains why they bowed. What a lovely family. Okay, so her father was in the military in Spain, was also a horseman. She asked the guard here if she could make a donation, give him a gift. He said, I can't accept a gift. She then said, is it okay to put something in your boot? He said, I'm not allowed to accept that. Now, clearly he's a very polite gent, but that politeness might well extend to not telling people to get out of the box. fascinating to capture that though, actually, and certainly explains why the Spanish tourist family were so friendly, respectful and polite to the guard. Kind of a shame that he didn't agree to let them put the money in the boot, but I don't know if that's because they've been told not to accept it, or because for other cultural reasons the Canadians never accept it. Maybe it's not a thing or a tradition in Canada. Canadians, if you've ever seen this regiment before on duty in Canada or elsewhere overseas, have you ever seen them being given cash gifts? I'm getting in close at the moment. It's going to be almost impossible. And I'd like to get a little closer to try and get a picture of this gent with his magnificent tash. This guy just got back from climbing the Himalayas on the ride. How proud he is. I did it myself with no kit, no walking boots, no climbing equipment, and more importantly, I did it without any sleep. Impressive. Very, very impressive. The thing is, actually, a picture isn't going to even come out that well this end, simply because of the fact that this guard is way back in the box, back a little bit. It's going to be a bit sort of blurry, overcast somewhat, which is a shame, actually. Let's get back to the other end. Sorry. Anything at this end with the guard way back in the box, it's not going to come out as our usual high sparkling quality, folks. Pity, but there it is. Okay, let's get ourselves on this side, in front of the sign. Now we're approaching peak sun, folks. Potentially peak stupidity. I don't actually really expect it's going to kick off this morning. I remember last time it was super, super hot. We didn't get a lot of tourists here that day either. Most people that are out and about, they realise in 15 minutes it's way too hot to be walking around. The Spanish family are now taking pictures, posing with the police just in the yard. It's a good thing to see, actually. Very cute and respectful. This will be more of an addendum to the main part 1, in which we captured everything. As this will likely, this part 2 will likely be published Saturday lunchtime. There we go. Yep, another regular Chinese group have just turned up and they're jumping into the box as usual. Little dude is right in the box as well. She just marched straight in. I have no idea, folks, whether or not yeah, don't worry about the camera, bro. Whether or not this particular guard will tell anybody to move, or whether it's going to be a free-for-all. And again, if it is a free-for-all, folks, we'll jump in with criticism. It doesn't mean that he's not doing his job. What it means is that he's doing what he was told and using his discretion, or that they were not told one way or another. The other thing I've noticed this morning here, or this afternoon now, is that there is a real whiff from the drains. It's not from the boxes, it's from the street behind me. Absolute sting.
Sorry.
So you can walk behind instead of squeezing through. That would be the smart way of doing it, but definitely not moving this time. Then go behind me. I mean, everyone's walking right into the box and right up close to the horse at this point, which is kind of exactly what we didn't want to see, but what we are seeing. Kind of unfortunate, considering the guard that was in this box first was pretty strict with enforcing the white line. We managed to capture a few instances of him telling people to move in part 1. What's this? Police telling everybody to move back. Police horses? Maybe something else, I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, police horses. There they are. 1, 2, 3, 4 police horses, folks, coming out of the yard. done. At least there is a very, very, very moderate breeze along the front here. So moderate, it's way too moderate. Hopefully it'll pick up a little bit. Shady or not, the guy must be roasting. Bound to have had at least one or two Canadians, I would have thought, already today, even if they haven't been immediately noticeable as such. Noticed a few people with their shirts off. I'm not really surprised given that it's flipping boiling. Oh, Himalayas dude is back. Look. He's like, which mountain can I climb next? I'm going to go to the Pyrenees. Or Everest, maybe next. He's like, I'm from Canada, that means I'm allowed to touch the horse. I mean, strictly speaking, folks, do we think that Canadian tourists should be allowed to touch the horse? I mean, as Canadian taxpayers, they're kind of paying for it. One way of looking at it, am I right, or not? Oops, yep, bro, save your wife, save her life. Most people are being pretty cautious, in all honesty. Oh, they just came through. It's like, no, it's a horse. Damn, that's the best dressed, I guess, on the left now. What do we think? If, guys, you travel the world regularly, in every country or continent you go to, you pick up a piece of fabric, you can then take all of those pieces of fabric to a tailor and say, hey, make me an outfit. And boom, the tailor made her an outfit. And what an outfit it was. Kind of calmed down a teeny bit. However, the crowds seem to be getting less, or the crowds seem to be going down, as the temperature is definitely going up. There's no doubt about that. Not very many people sort of wandered straight over into the box, and nobody in this part, in part one it happened, in this part nobody's touched the horse or got told to move. However, doesn't mean it won't happen. I will go back to the other end, I think. They're busy raising Union flags over raffles. I think they just took a pride flag down. There's one more left. I think they're replacing both the pride flags with the regular Union flags that are hung over the entrance to raffles, which in all honesty do belong there a little bit more. Oh, there we go. We just turned the camera in time to see her getting told by this gent, get out of the white box. Brilliant. Fantastic. Apologies if my Canadian accent's a little off, but that was my very best attempt. Get out of the box. Brilliant. But vexing. Let's ask ourselves, why, for example, at this end, with this fine-looking fellow with turned tash, handlebar, moustache, I believe it's called, why would he decide to be so strict with the box and the line, but his colleague at the other end isn't? We're back to that curious state of affairs again, everybody. Yes, we are. Also equestrians. Oh, let me move back. In fact, I am behind the bollard. Let me ask you this, equestrians. What is different? Something, to my eye, seems different. Is it not the case the H-Cav horses don't normally have this white robe? I swear they don't. Either that or I need to find a way to be more observant. Something's different in the kit. I mean, wait, they've got two reins and a white robe, am I right? Or am I dreaming? Two reins or three reins. Or two reins plus the white robe. Gosh, I'm confused. Help me out here, guys. What are we seeing that's different? I mean, it looks to me like everything. The saddle, clearly, and the saddle blanket are obviously regimental. So I'm assuming that they've put their own tack, reins, whatever, on the horse as well, or not. Or is it HCAF kit? I can't tell. No, I'm sure it's Canadian. In other words, everything we're looking at is Canadian except for the architecture and the horse. Correct? I think. Yeah, the kit is definitely not standard HCAF kit. Also, rather like the King's Troop, the sheath is attached to the horse, attached to the saddle, as opposed to being attached anywhere else. Not sure where, etc., but it's clearly attached very, very close at the rear to the saddle. She was trying to keep a smile there, didn't last there. Meltdown Sentry again, the usual big mouth having another meltdown, arguing with, I don't know, a tour guide or somebody about probably nothing. Crazy. We've actually seen quite a few people wearing Wimbledon caps, haven't we, in the past? Give or take weeks since I got back. I'm kind of hoping that he'll come out again, but this time with the horse being relaxed. So I would like to get a picture of this gen. It will be the second image we managed to take of the Canadians this morning. Interesting inconsistency actually. This end, he's on it, it's telling him to move. The chap at that end, I haven't heard him say a single thing to anybody about get out of the box or anything else. So I don't know. You would have thought when they had a briefing they would have been told the same thing, hey, no one's allowed in the box. Maybe not. Oops.
Some people don't. And I doubt they've just been watching TikTok videos and learning to do.
Exactly. Here we are.
Out of the way, box!
Flipping hell. I mean, to be honest, folks, I think they heard that over in Calgary. Bro. God damn it. I think that's probably the loudest shout we've actually ever heard here since
they started the whole tour.
in fact, that's the loudest shout in human history since that shout by the mayor of Nagasaki back toward the end of the Second World. Actually, guys, that's a bad joke. I'm not going to go there. Apparently, the first time in history anybody ever said what the WTF was actually the mayor of Nagasaki. Yeah. Don't know if it's true, it could just be an anecdote, but bloody hell, that was a shout and a half, wasn't it? Get out of the box! I swear that he was tempted to say, get out of the box, but obviously he held back a teeny bit because, you know, there are kids here. Oh, bro. Hello, maybe don't touch the horse. I swear he's like a famous musician, this guy over here. He's got to be. Oh, here we go. Bro. Oh my god. Folks, we have a superhero on a horse here. I mean, he's even... he's scaring the life out of everyone that isn't even close to the box. And I'm just looking to see. But no, he's not wearing a cape. See, perfect proof that not all superheroes do need to wear a cape. Okay, this lady definitely forgot a certain piece of clothing when she got dressed this morning, which is very unfortunate and unnecessarily distracting to the guard. Bloody hell, that was a shower and a half. Get out of the box. Twice, like, bro, get out of the box. Goodness gracious me. I'm thinking they might need to keep this fellow back. give a little bit of help to some of the troopers in Hedgecote. Maybe employ him as a temporary vocal coach. What a shout. Flipping hell. Did I? Wait, I can't quite hear. Yeah, some, I don't know, like a tour guide or some perceived issue of disrespect, the usual nonsense. I started to realise literally the mental age of like a 2-year-old, so I just ignore him. That makes perfect sense, to be honest. I mean, multiple people have had that problem. I just tend to ignore now. There's no point in trying to engage with somebody that's got a mental age of an onion.
Yeah, sure. Oh, thank you
It's
so
true
much.
though, isn't it? I mean, come on. So, let me try and move back a teeny bit, because at the moment, damn, I hope this family don't get in the box, otherwise it's really going to kick off massively. Imminent danger of a massive shout. Look at the number of people around the box at one time.
Thank you so much. Would you like a picture?
Here we go. And there it was. Mr. Banana T-shirt over on the left, folks. And now this kid on the right, out of the white box. Wow. Just wow. Oops, sorry. That's absolutely mad.
Smile. More like this?
You'll have to crank it.
I don't even know they made these anymore. Smile.
Tourists walking by saying, like, this is amazing, this is so cool, like, wow, etc., etc. In other words, they're very much taken aback by the sight here, and rightly so, in all honesty. It's an extraordinary thing to see. Tourists repeating the shout behind me. I can't believe I haven't come across a single Canadian tourist yet. There's got to be one here, for goodness sake. Out of this many people? Actually, probably not. I mean, there don't tend to be very many, actually. Okay, is Blondie going to get her Instagram reel opportunity destroyed by the horse? Bro, Hawaii's the other way. That's actually the best Hawaiian shot we've ever seen, folks. I mean, I've never been to Hawaii, but I don't need to anymore. I've now seen everything I need to see. I mean, I'm kind of a little bit worried that he's going to shout again, because if it gets much louder, if the decibels go up, it's going to crack the lens on my camera. Everybody. Yes, it is. I'm thinking it's been probably, give or take, 2 years since there was a guard who was this kind of like, rah, with the verbal, get out of the box, or get off the reins it used to be. The horse is kind of unable to decide whether he even wants to stay here or head back to Hyde Park. And you know what? Given the flipping temperatures, I can't say I blame him. Police are kind of mingling in some respects, observing, that is, much more than usual, which actually makes sense given the sensitive nature of having foreign military on duty in London. Nothing can afford to be left to chance for obvious reasons. The same as if we have British soldiers on a ceremonial in Canada. Uh-oh, someone else is in the box as a kid. Uh-oh, he told him she moved. Lucky his spoken voice is louder than most troopers' shouting voice. He just needs to say it and then boom, it's done. Get out of the box, they're kind of like, okay, sorry, I didn't mean it. Right, he's almost out of the box, so we're almost ready for a picture. One of you will please, ideally, identify the horse that he's on, folks, in the comments, if you wouldn't mind. Uh-oh, Chinese tour group just arrived, massive one. However, it's not the usual one. It's not the naughty one. Tourists are posing a lot today with the police, which is strange because the police normally say like, no, get away. Anything at all of that indoor? Not even once. Here at least 5 or 6 times. 2 were massive shouts. I don't understand why this morning, if they just arrived, surely somebody would have said to them, look, either you have to shout everybody or you don't. Strange.
I just came from here to here.
Get out of the box. Love it. Absolutely brilliant. The corporal of horse is checking the temperature. And you know what? I'm reckoning at most we might be 2 degrees off a removal. The phone, the kit, everything is baking hot. I can't really pinch and zoom on the phone, guys. The screen on the phone is absolutely roasting. Uh-oh.
Out of the white box.
Oops. I've got to love his consistency. He's not letting anybody, regardless of age, nationality, whether they're doing it intentionally or otherwise, nothing is influencing his decision, which is how it should be. Perfect consistency. Get in the white box, get out of the white box. Fair is fair.
One guy tried to give good money.
About 10 minutes ago, a Spanish girl came up and said, my dad's in the Spanish military, he was riding a horse. Can I give you some money? He said, we're not allowed to accept gifts.
Same with the red t-shirt.
Yeah, the Spanish girl with the red, yeah, I think she had a red t-shirt. I think. It's definitely in the video. No, it's definitely a girl. Certainly, this group was super noisy. A lot of tourists actually have got no tops on. Male tourists, that is, folks. Luckily, the teachers and supervisors with this group, look, are being really on it. They're moving them out of the way quick, and also telling them to move if they get near the line. So that's a good thing to say, because it's normally chaos here with any of the Chinese groups. That said, I mean, they might all be Korean, I've got no idea. I think they're Chinese. People next to me are definitely speaking Mandarin. As you can probably hear. That's imagine how dangerous that is. Some kid behind us, folks, just got on a line bike, put his t-shirt in the basket on the front, and then dropped his little kid, maybe like 3 years old, 2-3 years old, in the basket on the front. God forbid there's an accident, that's it. It's a plastic basket, and it's hyper dangerous. People crash all the time in central London on line bikes.
The bike is hot.
Not only that, I touched this, but don't know that.
Yeah. Imagine that.
And the phone.
And that one.
And he just stuck his kid in the boiling hot basket. Not only that, it's dangerous. It's super dangerous, no? People not paying attention, folks, in the heat. Okay, somebody's back from the clinic. I can't tell you what the enhancement procedure was, but you can probably guess, everybody. Another big Chinese group, tour group, just turned up. They're staying well back for the pictures. Look. Oh, he was just about to shout at this bro who got lost. Very lost. It's actually probably a good thing that the majority of the tourists that are here today are, like this gent, being polite and mindful and respectful. Because to be honest, not just from what I'm shooting, there are a few other people here filming today. The people that got the massive shouts in their face, those are the kind of videos that tend to linger for many, many, many years. And they're also typically the most stolen type of content. People will just cut that out and post it all over the place. The trooper, I say trooper because it's a Blues and Royals, is just coming out now from the stables with a pail of water. Will he come this end first? Hopefully. Yep, he is going to come to this end first. Now that's very lucky, actually. I kind of hoped he would. And bingo. Also, he's getting... I'm sorry, let me move. I got in the tourist pitch there by accident. He's having a happy little bit of a drink though, this horse. He's right in there, look, straight off. Lovely thing to say. Let me stand back a little bit. He's having a proper nosh of the water. Is he going to get a wet rub down? Nah, no such luck. Let's get Chubby out of the frame, folks. A second. Okay, who's up next? I mean, the horse really had a good drink. And it's funny because I was kind of thinking, it's been a while. I'm not sure how far through the shift we are. Halfway, I would wager. Actually, no, 3/4. It's 45 minutes. So out for 45 minutes. Oops, and again, another one. Out of the white box. We will finish up at this end. I've been paying good attention to the other end, and not one person has been told, not with any degree of volume, to move or to get out of the box or behind the line. So yeah, we will finish up here. Might leave it to roughly the hour. We'll see. If the video does abruptly finish, it's just going to be due to the kit either running out of battery or overheating. I think we'll be okay. I think it'll be fine until we finish the video properly. Don't do it, bro. Be mindful of the line. Just in case. It's not worth the risk, is it? No, it's not worth the risk. It's not worth the risk. This gives us a pretty good overview, actually, of just how close people are or are not, more importantly, getting to the horse. The Swan Pride weekend was last weekend. Maybe not.
John, I missed Waterman. I was talking to you, and I read the whole in the water here.
He had a good old drink as well. This one.
I saw, but he didn't drink the water.
At the other end. Oh goodness me. He's left now. My friend's left. He's gone to get a drink. I think he's a bit annoyed that he didn't manage to get it. To be honest, it's understandable. Because his channel does focus much more on the positive interactions between the tourists, previously with the horses, but now more with the tourists and the box. And it's flipping hot. He's struggling, and I'm struggling. But we're close to the end, so that's all good. And actually, it probably is, guys, being serious from him, because I haven't got, shaking the bottle, a lot of water left. There's enough, but not a lot. Tourists are liking the pitch they've managed to get. Bro, don't do it. We're actually going to finish this video up under an hour, guys, just because this will be published tomorrow. Oh, bro, you're not allowed to touch. As the part 2. That annoying alarm. The sound is not mine, thankfully. can tell how hot it is. The guard has pulled the horse fully back into the box at this point. It suddenly got absolutely packed here yet again. It calmed down a little bit. Didn't last long. It was packed. Okay, let's hope that Slick over here on the right doesn't get shouted at. Nuns. Oh. Somebody had to plonk their head right in front of us, as usual. Trying way too hard on this side.
Beautiful, beautiful.
We're getting heads in the frame. Looks like this bro's about to walk over to the horse. He's definitely going to get time to get out of the box. Polish. Kids are Polish. The lady with them quickly set them straight. Didn't understand what out of the way box meant, I don't think. Which, to be fair, if I were in, I don't know, Warsaw, I got shouted at in Polish, I wouldn't have a clue what I was being told either, so...
It's okay. He's tired.
So people sort of fan themselves and so on. Today's an absolute stonker. Surprised me at all if we end up seeing the year's highest temperature broken again. From now, we've got tons of people that are just in front of us, semi-blocking the view.
Just right here. I don't want to get there. Okay, you can stand back. I want to look at it.
You guys are not Canadians by any chance, right? Yeah? I was hoping to speak to at least one Canadian because most people don't realise that this is the Canadian Army.
Oh,
They just
which
arrived.
one was Canadian?
Yeah, they just arrived this morning. Yeah.
And they're here? What are they doing for the Heroes Parade?
So, no, they're here for 10 days just while the usual troopers are on holiday. Summer vacation, so Canadians are taking over.
So it's like the Royal, what are they called? The Royal?
They're called Lord Strathconna's Guard or something similar. Yeah, a Canadian mounted regiment.
Now this is still your horses though, right? This is not their horses.
Yes, they're using their household cavalry horses.
How long do these horses stay out like this?
They change every hour in the box.
Okay, every hour.
But somebody's checking. There's like a device in the yard there on a tripod.
Okay.
If it hits, I think it's 34, 35. That's it. Game over. They're taken off anyway.
Okay, they do.
Because to be honest, guys, even standing here is crazy hot.
I was going to say, how did they make them stand here?
Not only that, with all the kit, like the helmet and the tunic, it's all woolen. Mad hot day today for this. Yeah, big time.
I was hoping you get to see him bite someone. You gotta respect these horses.
No, this guy's dealing with it very firmly. So kind of everyone's getting in the, yeah, you heard him. He's like, boom.
He did.
He's got quite the powerful voice. This chap.
Takes his
And it's normally the Chinese tourists that end up getting themselves in trouble for reasons that you can see right now.
Oh yeah. Go get on a buffalo. Oh my God, she's crazy.
Goodness me. Luckily she's doing it outside the box, but hold on. He let them pass, folks.
This
Wow.
is funny. I love them. So they're both Canadians then, both.
Yeah, only the third time in 250 years of guard duty here that there's been a foreign regiment.
She's getting.
She's good at, yeah, another one. Spanish. It's all, honestly, it's a lot better than it used to be because people, this time last year if you were here, there was no white box.
Oh, I thought it was always.
Nope, and then people were walking up and grabbing the horses' reins,
Absolutely.
which is
not.
completely unacceptable.
Yes, I would never.
So although it's better now, it's still not solved.
I mean, I love hearing what you're telling me all this. I love it.
But it's overwhelming these days. It's the Chinese tourists that come along and get in trouble. I don't know what it is, a cultural thing.
I think
Tour guide not telling
I've
them.
seen them
But
on like Wyoming, like literally trying to put their baby near this buffalo. I'm like, oh my god.
yeah, shocking, isn't it? to be
Why
honest?
would you do that?
Exactly that. Yeah. But I mean, it's good to see that he's being very strict. This chap.
Yes, he is. I love these. And the horses are all in there, right? In their little
Yeah, they're. I
barns.
can't remember how many came over in total. 7, 8, 9, 10. I forget. Actually, 12 in total. So there'll be 10 horses in the stables, plus these 2 out here in the boxes now.
And they go out every hour. They get out of here.
Yeah, they'll be swapping. He's the second to be on so far today in this box. Amazed how he's keeping his cool. He's not even like sweating, this soldier.
I don't know how.
In your state, how hot is it now? If you went home, you said Wyoming.
Yeah,
How
we don't.
hot?
I wish we lived in Wyoming. No, we live in North Carolina. It's hot. It's so
Okay.
hot and humid.
What are we talking, like 30, or you do it in Fahrenheit, like 100?
We do, like in the 90s. So I don't know what that is. Celsius.
That, I think today we've got about 33 here, which is
It's hot.
is 90-ish,
You're
95.
close, yes, and humidity. It's hot.
But does
This
the
is
humidity
hot.
here feel worse
No,
or less
less.
to you?
Amazing,
Less,
less.
yeah?
It's like New Mexico, Southwest or a little bit. Here.
Okay, wow.
Like Arizona, Southwest.
But you were probably hoping to get away from the hot weather.
I didn't even bring my hat. I'm so mad. I wanted it to be, cloudy and rainy. I'm like, sunny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sunny at home all the time. Well, this is amazing. Thank you for all this. I'm gonna go look at this sweet horse.
Hey, no, enjoy, guys. Enjoy your trip. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah. Bro, he's not going to shout at him because he's got a little kid in the pushchair,
They
but
don't see.
I don't think it was kind of super intentional. Awkward.
All right, let's go. Look, that horse is like.
Goodness gracious. Well, folks. Is he going to tell them? Probably not, actually, because they've got a young family. And
Out of the white box! Out of the white box!
flipping hell. This guard is going to become, I think, legendary, folks. People are going to be writing about his time here in London in the new millennia. Like, what on earth? Dante's shaking.
What's coming in? Something front.
Turns around like,
I really want somebody to get in there.
guys, he only shouts at Australians, so you've got nothing to worry about. I promise. There's a big Australian sporting group of, I think, either rugby guys or football guys. Here they are, look. And they're actually telling the tourists to get out of the box. Brilliant stuff. What is this guy's T something Air Force? T Towering Air Force? Kiwis maybe? Can't be sure. Actually, my bad.
Oh yeah, it's coming forward.
Kiwis. Yeah, I thought the group were Aussies, but they're Kiwis.
Hey, was that you?
No, it didn't go down well when I made the Australian joke. How many times have I got that wrong? That said, he wasn't close enough before for me to read the emblem on his top, which definitely 100% says New Zealand. So wait, we've got the change happening. In fact, that's perfect because we might get to see 2 new faces again. Yeah, we will. The change is in 1 minute. Another 2 new faces. And to be honest, folks, I am going to go into the yard, carefully avoiding the box, obviously, for the 2 new faces. And for still the remote possibility of a dismount. What's that temperature at? 30.7. Damn, it feels much hotter. Whew. This will be where we finish up, folks, here in the yard. Still hoping that we might potentially get to see a lady guard all the way from Canada. But if not, we will get to see 2 new faces before we finish up. Just standing back a little moment because the corporal of horse was just checking the kit to make sure the temperature is still within acceptable boundaries. Okay, I'm going to turn it a little bit away so that we don't get the NCO or any of the Canadians in the frame unless they're in ceremonial. Here we go. 2 new gents, both of whom have tashes. Okay, so the NCO's got it completely right now. In the very first shift, he stood in front of the horses until he was given a little word by one of the Blues and Royals NCOs. I like standing on the corner. I'm actually in the shade, folks. So the horses are going to walk to the box. It might be an optical thing, but I'd like to see these guards standing. Some of them seem to be incredibly tall. This fellow coming toward us on this horse looks incredibly tall. It actually reminds me of that very, very tall lifeguard. Very similar looking, actually. Oh, great, the horse is doing a massive poo the second it walks into the box. Nice timing. I've actually never... Oh, you know what? Let's not even go there. Oh. Thank God I moved. So no dismount, folks. Again, I don't know why. I'll leave that to all of you to debate among yourselves in the comments. Why do we think they're not dismounting? Perfect spot, time, moment to end the video. I am dead. It's too hot. I'm out of here. I hope, however, folks, that you enjoyed today's coverage. This has been part 2 with Lord Strathcorner's horse, Canadian Mounted Regiment, who are here at Horse Guards as the King's Lifeguard for, give or take, the next week or so. I'm out of here, guys. Dark room, ice drink. Back soon, people. Bye for now.